Well, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Trisha Miller. I post new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. For today's video, I'm gonna walk you through my meal prep for the week. Things that I focus on, I want them to be healthy. I want them to be nutrient dense, higher in protein so they fill me up. I need it to be quick and easy. I have 3 young kids. I also try to do seasonal produce so that I'm shopping in season. So for this lineup, most important reason, I need to mention this, when I plan my healthy meal preps, I need it to taste good. If it doesn't taste good, I won't look forward to it and then I won't eat it. I have to be motivated. So I am very excited about what I plan for this week's meal prep. We're going to do a healthy apple pie breakfast cookie. We're going to do turkey taco bowls for lunch. I'm gonna do my snack box that I'll show you that I like to put together. And because cold and flu season is upon us, I'm gonna make another round of my elderberry wellness shots. If you haven't seen those yet, they taste good, they feel good, they're very important. All right, let's get started. Okay, let's walk through the ingredients we need for our apple pie oatmeal breakfast cookies, and I will have the recipe in the video description box, but we need some oats, some flour. I recommend whole wheat flour. I am out of it, so I'm gonna use regular white flour today. Baking powder, ground cinnamon, nutmeg, a little smidge of butter, salt, pure maple syrup, 1 egg. We're gonna use just the egg white of this. Apples, vanilla extract. I'm gonna add raisins. The recipe I'm gonna link does not call for raisins, but I love raisins, so I'm gonna add those to my cookies, and some milk. The recipe calls for non-fat milk. I always just use unsweetened vanilla almond milk. All right, let's get these cookies made. I can't wait to try them. Usually a measure with your heart when it comes to baking, but this recipe really emphasizes the need to be exact with your measurements, so I'm trying to be more precise with my measurements, but these cookies turned out so good. And since I am truly having them for breakfast, I needed just a little bit of protein added to them, so I will show you at the end. I added some almond butter to the top, and that also kind of contributed to more of a sweet flavor because I have a huge sweet tooth. If you're new here, I love desserts, and so I usually crave something sweet first thing in the morning with my breakfast, and so adding that almond butter to the top really added just a little bit of extra sweetness with that protein to fill me up and just sustain me longer, because the only sweetener we're using in this is pure maple syrup. So if you're somebody who really likes a little bit of extra sweetness, you could add just your sweetener of choice to this, and I don't think that it would take away from the recipe. Okay, our cookies, the dough part needs to chill in the refrigerator for 30 minutes, so we're gonna pause on those while they're chilling. I'm gonna show you all the ingredients for our lunch, and we can probably get the entire lunch made, and then we'll do the cookies in the oven. Let's keep going. Okay, here's what we need for our turkey taco bowls. I just use a taco seasoning mix packet. I do the extra lean, 99% lean ground turkey. I like to add corn, black beans, This is butternut squash. I already cooked that in the air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, you can easily bake it in your oven. We're gonna cut up this sweet potato as well and throw that into the air fryer. And then once we get this made, this will be the base, and then I'll add some guacamole on the side and some baked chips. All right, let's get going. I want to take a moment to talk to you guys about why I meal prep. I think I've already mentioned I have 3 young kids. We have 2 dogs. Kids are in sports and activities. We just live a busy life, as I'm sure you can relate to. And just knowing that I have a healthy choice ready to go for me just really sets me up for a healthy track each week, because life is unpredictable, especially with kids. And so you never know who's going to be sick. You never know who's going to forget their lunch and you have to run up at the school at the middle of the day when you had planned on making your lunch. There's just so many things that can happen. And so I love the predictability of having my meal prep ready to go. It's also just really nice. I mentioned this before. If I get tired of eating the same 3 after 3 days, which does happen to me, I am human, I'll take that 4th lunch and I'll put it in the freezer. So I always try to make lunches for my meal prep that are definitely freezer friendly. And then what I'll do one week, I'll have enough accumulated from multiple weeks of doing that. And then my meal prep is already done for me. I'll do that with leftovers for dinner as well. I'll throw them into a little meal prep container, and then I have extra meal prep ready for a week that I just didn't have time. This is such a simple lunch to make, and it is so filling and so tasty. If you were somebody who does not like ground turkey, you could absolutely use like a lean ground chicken or a lean ground beef in replace of the turkey, and I've done that. I've done all 3 of those, and they are equally as delicious. Oh, I forgot to mention that we needed cilantro at the beginning. Sorry about that. But we need some cilantro, and also if you are somebody who thinks that cilantro tastes like soap, you do not have to add the cilantro. I just love cilantro, so I always add it as much as possible in my dishes. That little pod that I had my cilantro in, that's an herb saver. If you watched my video on Saturday, I set that up for the first time. I was so excited to try them, and it's been a week, and so far my herbs have stayed really fresh. So I said I'd report back at 3 weeks because that's what the package has promised me. So I will report back later on, but I wanted to let you know so far they're actually working. Okay, our cookie dough is ready to go. I always like to just use a cookie scooper when I'm measuring out my cookies so they can cook evenly. I could care less if they're perfectly uniform. I am going to eat them whether they have a crazy shape or not, but it really does help so that you know you're cooking your cookies evenly, and these will retain their shape, so you do want to probably press them down into that cookie shape, and I just used a spoon and they work just fine. Because I had larger chunks of apples, I did have to kind of mold them back into shape. If you cut your apples really finely, you won't have that issue. I just love the big chunks of apples in my cookies. Okay, while the cookies are in the oven, let's get our snack boxes put together. So these are the little bento boxes that I use. They have a pretty deep pocket and there's 4 compartments. So I'm gonna do some of my favorite almond flour crackers, a cheese stick for each day, some carrots, and then I'm gonna make my own little trail mix of just roasted and salted almonds with a little dabble, maybe 2 dabbles of M&Ms. The Colby Jack cheese sticks are my favorite, but they're not like the pull and peel ones. And so what I like to do, because I'm using the little almond flour crackers, I cut these cheese sticks into tiny little bites, and then if it's perfectly on top of my almond flour crackers, and I just feel like I'm having this fancy little snack with my little pieces of cheese and my crackers. cookies are done and my kitchen now smells amazing from them, but I wanted to show you what they looked like out of the oven and then also adding my almond butter to the top. You should try this. It was just so good with that combination. Okay, the last thing we're gonna put together are our wellness elderberry shots. I did make a mistake and I did not add enough blueberries to the mix. I was supposed to do 2 cups of blueberries and I got distracted and only did 1 cup. I normally blend it and then add the second cup, but I got a little distracted. So full disclosure, you need to add 1 more extra cup of blueberries to it and it'll actually make that color more rich too when you do that. I am using my new NutriBullet. My old one, which I had for at least 7+ years, finally broke. The motor still worked, but the cup always leaked. So I felt like it was the perfect time to upgrade to the newer one. So if you notice the glow up on my NutriBullet, yes, that is a new one and I love it. Thank you so much for joining me today for this week's meal prep. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time.